This year, at our celebration and awards evening, our theme is well-being. So we looked back into the school archive to see what we could discover about attitudes to well-being in the past. First of all, we found out that from the very beginning, the staff and governors took the girls' health very seriously. As we know, at Manchester High, pupils were encouraged to take part in PE activities to help them keep fit. This was quite controversial, as Victorian women were not encouraged to exercise, and as you can see from this photo, their clothes made it difficult. In the first school magazine, published in 1878, there was an article on health during school days. The author was concerned that girls often stayed up late to do their homework in gas-lit rooms, and many preferred to walk about with books during breaks instead of playing sport. So at Manchester High, the girls did have PE. In the early years, this took the form of calisthenics, which meant gymnastic exercises to achieve bodily fitness and grace of movement. This cartoon appeared in the school magazine of 1902. It gives a flavour of the activities the girls might have enjoyed. Secondly, we learned that from 1908 Manchester High had its own school doctor. This was a pioneering move in Manchester at the time, and it showed that the staff and governors believed that the girls' health was a top priority. Our first school doctor, Dr. Catherine Chisholm, worked at Manchester High for 36 years. She was the first woman to graduate in medicine from Manchester University in 1904. The governors paid for health checks for the girls, and Dr. Chisholm also gave talks to their mothers about the importance of sleep, food and exercise. It might seem a bit too strict to us today, but the school report of 1910 gives the following advice. In the interests of the girls' health, growth and progress, parents are earnestly requested not to allow their daughters to accept invitations to parties, bazaars and the like during the course of the school week, and to limit visits to places of public amusement to the weekends and the holidays. Dr. Chisholm wrote a report to the governors every year. In 1912, she commented on the strain of exams and academic work, the value of free school meals and the importance of gymnastics. She also criticised the poor ventilation of the science labs. In 1923, Dr. Chisholm and Sarah Burstall, the headmistress, sent a letter to mothers on the importance of wearing enough clothes in cold weather. They warned against the foolish fashion for bare arms, very short skirts, and nothing under the stocking. They acknowledged that many mothers were distressed, for they provided proper clothing and girls would not use it. Their advice was that girls should wear more and longer woolen underclothing, the proper protection against chills. In the archive, we have a description by a pupil who left in the early 1940s of the lectures given by Dr. Chisholm to sixth form girls. She had expected dull advice on general hygiene, but was surprised at how down-to-earth the lectures were on women's issues, including contraception, sexual relationships and menstruation. When she went to Cambridge, she discovered to her amazement that none of her fellow students had received such advice. She gave full marks to Catherine Chisholm, who was so ahead of her time. Today, the scope of well-being has broadened to encompass a huge range of issues which our Victorian counterparts could never have imagined. Some problems never change, such as stress, the need for sleep, and foolish following of fashion. We wonder what they would have thought of TikTok, Instagram, and all the problems associated with social media today. But we are sure that they would have appreciated our determination to support each other as we face the challenges of the 21st century.